Hello, friends who are following the sensory learning video vlog with Violet and I, my sister Violet and I. Yesterday was day 7 of our 12-day sensory learning program, and we did not do a video blog together like we have been for the past several days. And the reason is because Violet had a little bit of a setback yesterday and kind of a tough day. Although the sensory learning training went wonderfully well, and she would have, said that, I felt it was really important to be able to share the reality of what can happen with this training, and also the reality of working with people with special needs and phobias and anxiety and behavior challenges and all those little things, although her behavior challenges are really related around her anxiety. Yesterday, before the day barely started, we were supposed to go swimming at about 11 o'clock, and I was a little late. Now, see, Violet has no sense of time. So I had lost track of time because I was working on an email, trying to keep up with my work, and the past week has been tough. And I was in the middle of finishing an email. Well, she's going by the clock, and all I can think of is it started there. It was past 11, like 9 minutes past 11. And she's like, are we going to go swimming? Are we going to go swimming? And she started to get anxious. If something is 1 minute late, she starts to get anxious. So she lives by that. So we didn't get to the pool till about 11:15, but just even going out of the hotel room door, all of a sudden, she was struggling to walk. She was shaking a little bit, and she had a hard time going down the hallway, taking baby steps. We got down the elevator. She wanted to cling to the walls and hold on to the walls. I was so discouraged. I'm like, oh no, here we go again. She's gone backwards. And it just carried through until she finally got into the pool. She was having trouble walking in the pool area. Got into the pool, we had a great time, thought that was going to be it. She'd calmed down, I'd given her lots of hugs, and coming back was pretty much the same. I mean, I didn't let her hold on to me, but it was slow moving. Then she got up to the room, and we were fine. We were also getting ready to go to see 2 cousins that she hadn't seen in a year, and had never been to their home. And she gets anxiety sometimes about new things too, and new experiences, so that just added to it. But I was unaware that she was feeling this anxiety. So when we left to go to get in the car to go visit them, real dramatic started, and she didn't want to walk, and she's trying to walk around gardens and plants, anything she could do to hang on to a fence or a wall or something. And again, it took a while for her. I just waited for her. I refused to hold her hand. I refused to help her because I just feel that would enable her and not help her to get over it. She's got to overcome it. So I just take my time. And I said to her, we could go back, and if you want to go back to the hotel room. And she didn't. So she made it to the car. And it continued until after dinner, and at dinner time she admitted at the cousins that she was a little nervous about going there. So we finally got her to walk around the grass again to go see the ducks that were at the house. That was a motivator enough for her. And then we went on to her daily multisensory training. Interestingly enough, she ran up the ramp to the training, practically ran. I mean, her run is like a fast walk for us, but she ran up the ramp to the training. She got in the training. After the training, she did fine. I mean, she was wearing, and her OT said, well, she had a weighted vest, a weighted blanket on her, and again recommended that I get one for her, as well as a weighted vest. Like, if I had a weighted vest for her yesterday, it might have been the perfect time to try it. My challenge is I've been looking on Amazon. I went to Walmart. They don't have any more weighted vests, and I'm in a hotel, so I'm trying, like, where can I get a weighted vest this week? If not, I won't be able to try it myself until she's with me, or I don't know. I got to figure that piece out. But and then I want a weighted vest for her. They have a ton of them for kids. Try to find a reasonable one. When I looked up on Amazon, I got all these workout vests. So Walmart had a workout vest. So I'm still sorting that out. But she did great after that. She did great after multisensory training. She got out of the car after when we got back to the hotel, and she literally walked by herself. I was fixing something that wasn't working on the internet connection to the car, and she says, I can go by myself. And she literally walked. I watched her. I didn't let her see me watch her, but walked all by herself across the parking lot. And she hugged the cars for a while, the end of the cars as she was going across them, but walked into the hotel, walked up to her room all completely by herself. So she seemed to have overcome it all. I asked the OT about it, and what she reminded me was this training brings up some emotions. Violet's not at a level where she could possibly understand everything she's feeling or express it, and it's very common for people to regress before they get better. And I know that as a special ed teacher, but when you're dealing with it in the moment, it's hard to not worry and place all that into context. But the OT that's working with her in therapy feels very strongly that it's probably a result of the training. So I'm looking forward to how things are going to go today. Today will be day 8 of her vision therapy. And let's hope it all goes really well and she has a great time. She's been getting off the bus, getting out of the door at work and walking to the bus by herself all week, last week. And I'm hoping that I hear today that she did it again today, and then we know we've over the hurdle from yesterday. But it seems like any amount of anxiety that she experiences at any point during the day just can set her off for hours, and it takes her a long time to calm down. And this is new to me too, experiencing this with a different mindset. I've seen it over the years when she's been with me, but this is new, trying to figure out, okay, weighted vest, weighted blanket, how do we work with this, how to talk with her differently, and that's a whole other thing that I will share later. There's a piece of her behavior that has become more clear to me that a colleague, Kathleen Kaluza-Morris, shared with me, and it's called pathological avoidance. Pathological demand avoidance. And if you haven't heard of that, check it out. And she fits many of those behaviors to a T. So they give suggestions on how to change the language, and it's a little different than anything I've ever heard before. Little bit of a different language than you would use with most students or children. So even if you can't say make a good choice for yourself, that won't work with this personality and this challenge. So anyway, I will be taking her again today to multisensory training. Hopefully we'll be doing our video tonight, but I didn't want her on this video because I wanted to be honest with you, and I knew if she heard me saying these things, she would be embarrassed, and she wouldn't know that this was okay. She would think that I was reprimanding her. It's really hard for her to tell the difference. So looking forward to how this progresses, and I'm glad. Thanks for staying with me and sharing this journey, and I'm hoping that it's helping you with your students, your children who might be in the spectrum or have the 1P36 disorder or anything else that's similar to the characteristics that Violet has. Have a wonderful day.